is making a change here. McCollum with the ball. Pass to McGee. From 12 feet out. It's hauled in by the Heat. Now Leonard. And stolen by Barnes. Inside. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's Leonard. It's good from about 19 feet. Leonard's got the first points on the scoreboard for Miami.
Well, a marksman from every spot on the floor. Didn't think he'd say that about Kawhi Leonard coming out of college, but now one of the toughest covers in the league.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one. Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
The Grizzlies shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. And the Heat committing a lot of money for this hard-working bunch. Brent, how do they improve from this point on?
Now it's about player development, Kevin, taking advantage of the off-season, making sure that guys are improving upon their weaknesses and staying sharp with their strengths. They're going to have to find a few more diamonds in the rough out there to add to this roster and maybe set themselves up in free agency to lure somebody down the South Beach. And we'll see if they can do that. The front office tends to get creative in that way.
Looking for Adams. He gets it there. Again, the miss by the Heat.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Kicks it out to McCollum. His three-pointers off the mark. And here are the Heat. It's a three-point game. Over to the left wing. And it's Towns missing.
The human aspect of basketball. You cannot fault the shot selection. He had a clean look. You just can't make them all.
Here's Leonard. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
You got to do your best to root and push and shove Kawhi Leonard outside of the paint. He's just too strong and too skilled on the inside. And then he starts to get comfortable.
McGee inside. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Towns wide open. Good on the triple. Towns has got 5 now.
And defensively, this is a nightmare. He's already on a roll.
I love his will, his take charge attitude, the aggressiveness, all of that showing up here in the first.
And it's JaVale McGee with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. A three from Leonard. In the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest. Pass to McGee. Barnes outside. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own. But it's no good. Down low. And Adams with the slam.
What awareness there from Kawhi, waiting for his teammate to break free and then finds him.
And Steven Adams came into this league at 19, already a physical specimen, and has only gotten stronger. Just a bruising presence down low.
And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That is his first foul of the game. Kicks it out to Markkanen. Pass to Adams. Now here's Leonard. He has 7. Over McCollum. McGee with the block. To the inside. And Towns throws it down.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through. Murray, no good. And plenty of bumping and elbowing inside as ever. Steven Adams strong enough, though, to come out on top of that bench.
Yeah, not shy at all about contact. Grew up the youngest of 18 children. He had to hit above his weight for over a decade. Now he's got the upper hand.
Leonard with the steal. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up.
And the claw at work, just one reason why he's always a threat to lead the league in steals. Jump starts the fast break there.
Kicks it out to McCollum. In the corner, it's Wiggins. Knocks down the three ball. Wiggins has got himself on the board with 3 there.
You can blame some poor defense on that play. Just a total breakdown. Got to at least contest at some point.
Pass to Markkanen. Murray right side. Shot clock at 5. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard. And Miami calls their first time out of the game. New group in for the Heat. Memphis trailing here. Pass to Wiggins. And here's McGee. Stolen by McGee. And the slam dunk by McGee.
And this is what it's all about, guys. The competitive spirit, the energy that we're seeing. This one's got the feeling like it's going to go down to the wire.
And if it does, as evenly as these two teams have played here, it's anyone's guess who's going to come out on top.
Here's McCollum. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. From deep. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
Look, they know it. He knows it. That jumper is pure. As a defender, it's hard not to overplay McCollum to shoot the 3.
The Heat shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. First one falls for him. That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. 19 seconds left to play in the first quarter.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
That one falls coming off Johnson's feet. Leonard's got 15 points.
I mean, Kawhi Leonard, an MVP candidate. Why? Well, they're the reasons right there. One of the best two-way players we've seen in the past 5 years.
Kawhi Leonard has been on display for the Miami Heat. They kept going to him again and again, and he delivered with a monster quarter. And we've got more. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And when you consider how the Heat are doing, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Through that first one, they've turned this thing into a track meet.
Love the pace they're playing with. Anytime you can get your offense going without the defense setting up, got a huge advantage.
And the foul on Andrew Wiggins. That's foul number 2 for him. Traveling has been a concern for the NBA for a while. For a purist like you, do you like it?
Well, you got to get from city to city, Kevin.
I don't think that's the kind of traveling I'm talking about here. Yes. I only ask you pay attention.
I'm sorry,
that's all.
Kevin.
It's a simple request.
Yeah, they're doing a better job. Some get away with it more than others. How's that?
What an answer. Thank you, Brent. Fades back. And that one goes long. And here we go. Fast break. Wiggins has got it. And it's Eric Gordon with the foul. That's his first foul. Here's Towns.
Now, capable of defending a few different positions, the length of Johnson has really bothered shooters.
Good ball movement here by Miami. Miami no good on that time either.
I think what I'd like to see from him in this quarter is getting going from the perimeter. Hit a 3 in the first, nothing in the second.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Here's Leonard. Pass to Bridges. Three-pointer. And Gordon hits from deep. Gordon's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Gordon gets the pass there and takes off for the jump shot before the defense could react.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one's on Johnson. Memphis shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And look back a season ago, they did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
Looking comfortable there from the line. Knows he needs to come through for his team at the charity stripe.
Back to Gordon. Stolen by McGee. Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. And the basket by Gordon. Gordon's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, with Leonard on the floor, the team's always going to function a little bit better as a whole. And some of that comes from his unselfish play.
And with Kawhi Leonard, he just does everything well on the floor. Offense, defense, rebounding, runs the floor. I mean, he is one of the more complete players in our league. He can completely take over a game on both ends. Oh, wow.
Hello. It's a beautiful jam.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. Barnes outside. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
All the officials are all over that one.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
The Heat trail by 5. Pass to Leonard. And the foul on Andrew Wiggins. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Yeah, looking up at the scoreboard, guys, that's his 3rd foul, and his coach has to consider now sitting him down. Well, I have no idea how he made that, but hey, sometimes a little bit of luck helps.
And that's foul number 2. Maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another beforehand.
Well, it's interesting to watch him because he's putting his body on the line to get to the line. We didn't see this during the first quarter, but he's making up for it here.
And for a player with his size, Towns has always been very comfortable at the free throw line. And that's a good thing because he finds himself there quite a bit. And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Pulls it from 20. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Leonard's got 19 points.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist. And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Back to Gordon. Lets it go from deep. They grab their own miss. And it's Leonard missing. The Grizzlies have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line. Free throw drops for Green. Aside from one recent year, we've seen plenty of coaching changes. When teams come up short, do you think that position maybe gets too much blame?
Probably, and coaches know that's exactly what they're in store for once they sign a contract
and
to coach a
that
team.
kind of money.
Yeah, all of a sudden they know that what happens on the floor, the end result is going to be whether or not I coach this team the next year and the year after and the year after. Interesting cycle of things that happens, though, Kevin, is when changes are made in a front office around the league, sometimes the managers want to put in a coach where they feel either a little bit more comfortable with or a style of basketball that they're more comfortable with. And sometimes the success on the floor for the coach has no bearing on whether or not he's going to keep his job,
right,
because management would like to see a different product out there. So they become a victim sometimes of upper management movement and sometimes are removed from being the head coach.
Good thoughts. Leonard draws the double and stolen by Barnes. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. We've got 1:55 left now here in the second.
Well, it's like the defense has a bunch of matchbooks in their hands right now, playing with fire. They were fortunate that somehow he misfired on that one.
And his foot movement is what makes Towns such a terrific shot blocker. He moves so well and can defend just about any position on the floor.
The kick out to Barnes. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. And that's now 6 points for Barnes.
You know, he didn't score the ball much in the first quarter, but he has been really, really solid during the second quarter. I expect a big game from him now.
The Heat have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
Now, quiet is Kawhi Leonard, but don't let that mistake itself for a lack of competitiveness. He has that desire and drive to continue to get better.
They are just killing them on the interior.
To the left wing. And it's Harrison Barnes with the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
And Lauri Markkanen, a 7-footer who can really let it fly. At Arizona, the most three-pointers ever by a 7-footer in a single season.
Barnes looking around. Pass to Green. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And the foul goes against Memphis.
With those long arms and with the high release point, Leonard is practically daring you to foul him.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Pass to Green. Leonard with the steal. And there's the call on Karl-Anthony Towns. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. The Heat have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. There's 21 seconds left in the first half. Knocked away. It's stolen by Adams.
If they can just hold this now for the last shot.
Right, no need to give the ball back here. Run the clock down, be patient, and run a decent play.
Grizzlies have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line. Good on the second free throw. Pass to Leonard with 1 on the clock, and he nails the jumper. Leonard's got 29 in the game.
Amazing how far the shooting form has come for Kawhi Leonard.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Grizzlies lead by 5. And we'll return shortly. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. And the foul on Andrew Wiggins. That's his 5th foul.
Yeah, it's a tough call, but he has to be better in avoiding contact on that play. That's his 5th foul, and one more, it'll be hitting the showers.
Outside Leonard. 4 on the clock. Knocked loose. And DeJounte Murray gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. McCollum left side. Memphis moving it around. Pass to Rozier. Back to Green. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Markkanen.
Just active defensively here, being extremely disruptive.
Like the aggressiveness and a great effort just to get a hand on it.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
And he's probably looking at some matchups on the floor he'd like to take advantage of.
I'm interested in what he's seeing and then what kind of play they run coming out of this timeout.
It's McCollum on the wing. Second shot opportunity. And it's good on the layup. Knox has got the first basket of the 3rd quarter for the Grizzlies.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
Johnson double teamed. Here's Adams. Rebounded by McGee. And the Grizzlies leading by 7. Barnes. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. 8 points for Harrison Barnes.
And head coach Eric Spoelstra always looking for different perspectives, looking to tweak and change certain things and constantly learning. That's a growth mindset. We hear him talk about that a lot, and it's something that he encourages not only his staff to do, but his players as well.
And here we go. Fast break. Towns has got it. And the basket by McCollum.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Pass to Adams. Back to Leonard. Here's Johnson. The stupendous finish in traffic. And Spoelstra assigns assistants to read books, attend clinics, and bring back reports. Always looking for new insights.
Yep, lots of paperwork on that Miami Heat coaching staff. They keep daily notes on everything from basketball to the big picture around the team. Stats, quotes, questions, all inspirational stuff. So anything they can draw a competitive advantage on or keep things positive, Spo's looking to do that.
Pass to Murray. Here's Leonard. It's rebounded by Memphis. Their next game is at the Rockets Arena in Houston for a game with the Rockets. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here.
That's a jump ball.
And so here is Miami. Murray outside. Kicks it out to Leonard. Noel down low. Here's Adams. Rebounded by McGee.
And they've only connected on 1 of 4 to start the half. Their offense is sputtering just a little bit here.
And guys, you'd have to say this run really triggered by their transition offense.
Outside Leonard. Pass to Noel. To the middle. Kicks it out to Leonard. Clock is at 3. That one, no good. Now Memphis takes it the other way. Fires the 3. It's not going to go for him. And the Grizzlies with possession. This run now up to 13-2.
And the way Kawhi Leonard has evolved his offensive game is pretty remarkable. After coming out of San Diego State, came into the league as just a defensive stopper, and now really, truly a two-way star and one of the deadliest scorers when he needs to be.
And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Miami Heat. They trail by 16. And Barnes comes to help. Here's Noel. Heat moving the ball around. And it's Harrison Barnes with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Now a timeout called by Miami.
And one thing they'll discuss are their defensive rotations. The other is in the matchups.
We're seeing very little help defense on the inside, and even when there is help, it's been ineffective.
.149 left in the third quarter of the game. Leonard. And again, it's the Heat missing.
Well, whether the shots are wide open or contested, he is just having no luck right now, guys, with anything.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Bridges misses.
That's a wide open shot. Sadly, he came up short.
Oh, here comes Williams all alone.
You got to keep pace with Williams in transition. He's so good at just outworking everybody on the floor.
Here's McGee. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
And a lot of noise coming from these fans after that call was made.
Here's Williams. Gordon for three. And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession.
Yeah, just not good court awareness there. You cannot afford to be careless. That just leads to bad turnovers.
Now a timeout called by Miami. And here are the Grizzlies now. They're on a 17-4 run. Over to the left wing. Pass to Knox. But they'll get another chance. No good with the triple. Miami again turning it over.
Yeah, it's a disappointing sequence of plays. Absolutely inexcusable turning the ball over like that.
40 seconds left here in the third quarter. And there's a whistle. That goes on Mikal Bridges. And that'll be his third foul so far.
That's his third personal foul.
34 seconds left in the third. Towns, high post. Kicks it out to Johnson. Pass to McGee. Back to Towns. That free throw, no good. Good on the second free throw. The Heat trail by 19. Now Leonard. Over to the wing. With 4 seconds on the clock. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Leonard's got 31 points. And so it's Memphis out in front. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Timeout called the Heat. Karl Anthony Towns with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And he can't be stopped right now. The D looks like they're at a loss, and they have no idea how to contain him.
Memphis leading by 17. Pass to Knox. And it's Noel with the rebound. Here's Miami now. Towns comes with a double team. Bridges with it. Back to Leonard. 6 on the shot clock. Adams' shot is off. And now the Grizzlies. Fast break. Knox with the ball. To the paint. Here's McGee. And the slam dunk by McGee.
He's just so efficient, getting his points within the flow of the offense. Great recipe for success.
Outside Leonard. To the paint. Towns with the steal. And it's sent back by Leonard.
And that's the thing we know about Leonard. As a defender, on the ball, off the ball, he's rarely out of any play.
Defensively, you cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
Well, that's the second part of the equation there. Block out, be aggressive, and control the glass.
To the paint. Kick out to Adams. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake. To the middle.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. Pass to Leonard. Leonard draws the double. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. Do you see a lot of player tampering right now in the NBA?
Well, how do you define it, Kevin?
Well, if a player wants to go out and recruit other players that may be under contract with another team.
I see that a lot then, Kevin. I mean, it happens all the time. Players talking about what are you thinking about doing and about, wow, don't you think this would be great if we could get together on the floor in 2021? Let's try to.
But management doing it is a completely different animal.
Management cannot do it, although some teams have walked that tightrope a little bit to the point where they've fallen off in recent years. But the idea of players not ever talking to one another about the potential of being together.
Come on, right?
It's always happening.
Down low. Pass to Noel. Towns with the steal. And it's Memphis on the break.
CJ, such an effective two-guard, not just a shooter and a great shooter at that, but a capable passer when his teammates are open.
Now Leonard. Now here's Bridges. Inside. Over Rozier. Shot clock at 5. A 3 from Leonard. Miami no good on that time either.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
To the inside. There's the triple. And there's the foul. That's on Steven Adams. That'll be his second foul of the game. And here are the Grizzlies now. Here in the fourth quarter. Their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Outside Leonard. They need this one. The Grizzlies pull it in.
Yeah, momentum right now is against them. They're just going to have to figure out a way to ride this one out.
Got to be some consideration here for a different rotation because the matchups right now just not favorable.
Here's Adams. Second shot opportunity. Down low. Shoots over McGee. And he can't bank that one in. To the middle. Here's Knox. Towns high post. And there's the foul. It's on Steven Adams. That's his third foul of the game.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
And he's good on the 3 ball.
You could see some miscommunication on the defensive end of the floor that time. No excuse for letting a player get that good a look on that possession.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Terrific anticipation using the hands. How are you not protecting the basketball in that situation?
And there's the call on Karl Anthony Towns. That's his third foul of the game. It's Noel atop the key. That one wide left.
And something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Well, being aggressive is one thing, but aggression with control is another, and you need both elements working together.
From downtown, and it's Noel with the rebound. And here are the Heat now. Nothing doing offensively yet for them in the fourth.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Memphis.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that in men. They just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And the dunk by Towns.
I'll tell you, when you're the visiting team, it can be hard to maintain focus, but not tonight.
Tonight they have stuck with what they do well, handling all the exterior pressure, and they're likely to come out on top here.
On defense, the Grizzlies. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. And the basket by Knox.
And saving their best for last. Tremendous run here to seal the win.
And you could just see everything coming together like a perfect storm, and they just rolled on through.
And stolen by Murray. Leonard, that's for 2. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that about wraps it up.